Hey, everybody out there in TV land, how you doing? How you doing? Hold on, still having a little bit of technical difficulties here. Trying to get everything nice and set up. Unfortunately, my mic keeps wanting to wander off. So, you know what they say. If at first you don't succeed, get a bigger hammer. Okay. Oh, that's the reason why it keeps wander off. Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully that's okay. Hopefully that's okay. Let's see here. Hold up. Hey, what's up, Chuck? Hey, happy 4th of July. I hope you're having a great one. I'm going to do a little bit of a stream today. Got to check in, but not try to get things up and running. I had not been around for a while. My health took a serious turn south. I am on the mend. Sorry if my audio is all over the place because my mic is, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. Oh, Ara, what's up? So good to see you. Happy 4th. Happy 4th. Good to see you. I have a little bit of a treat today. Before I, pull back the curtain and show what I've got going on here behind the scenes, I want to go over and read the greatest essay ever written under 400 words. And that is the Declaration of Independence. On this 249th anniversary of the Declaration, I felt since next year, we're going to be 250. I think this year, I'm going to go ahead and read the Declaration, and then next year on the 4th, I will read the Bill of Rights. Just something. So I will get to all y'all in the chat as soon as I can, and please forgive any of my bad pronunciation. So here it is, in full, verbatim, Declaration of Independence. In Congress, July 4th, 1776. Unanimous Declaration of the 13 United States of America. When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that amongst these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to effect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are far more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such a government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and Such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Britain is a history of repeated injuries, usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. Hold on one second. There we go. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained, and when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time after such dissolutions to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all dangers of invasion from without and convulsions from within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states for that purpose, obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the condition for new appropriations of lands. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their office and the amount and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us in times of peace standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has affected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretend offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for inducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our governments, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burnt our towns, and destroyed the lives of people. He is, at this time, transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas to bear arms against their country, to become the executioner of their friends and brethren, or fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us, and endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers, the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitions for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. Prince, whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant, is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislator to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our immigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the tides of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in necessity, which denounces our separation, and hold them, as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace, friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress, assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do, in the name and by the authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, our sacred honor. Thank you. All right, let me get back to the chat. So that is word for word. Now some of that stuff is is very dated. Some of this stuff, you take a look at it. You're like, and I just think to myself, dude, vote the bums out. Vote the bums out, man. Let's keep this nation free. And yeah, so exciting. I know.
Oh, that's so thing.
Yo, what is up, John Apple? What's up, everybody? Okay, so let me boop. Okay, yep, of course. Oh, hold on. I got to give you guys. There we go. We got our all-American waifu up there, being as American as it gets, jamming away with the rock and roll. With the rock and roll. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, folks, I would invite them in. And after I was done reading the Declaration of Independence, I saw Washington Gun Law. He posted a video where he read the Declaration of Independence. He did a much better job. You should go check out that channel. It's a good channel. It's a two-way legal channel. We like that. I like that stuff. I like that stuff. I do. Okay, let me jump into the messages here. That's right. That's right. That's right. It's only treason if you lose, right? Okay, so let me, there we go. Dropping that link in. Update. Guys. I dropped it in the wrong one, but that's okay. And then I'll go drop it in my brain not work. We're dropping in my secret alpha. And let's see here. Where is, wow, man. There is cavalcade of awesome going on in the studios chat. Oh. Oh, there's there we go. And then I'll drop it in there. Okay, I've invited some folks to come on up and hang out for a little bit. What's up, Bionic Bro? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm gonna try this new feature here that allows comments to show up on stage. That's kind of new. Kind of neat. So yeah, Bionic Bro. I just read the Declaration of Independence. I felt that relevant. What do I have going on today? Well, today, and I'm really hoping some people show up because what I have going on is, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's Dullsville. I'm going through my thumbnails and my breakdowns, and I am laying out panels. I am laying out 70 pages of panels. I'm on page 34. Well, actually, you can see up there page 26 and page 27. Those are empty because I have forgot about them. Yep, and they are empty on my thumbnails too. I just have my script notes. Yeah. Yeah, I just have my script. Oh, man. I am just 50 shades of soup sandwich today, aren't I? Come on now. I still have to look on my phone to see the chat. Because unfortunately, I'm not that cool. I'm really not. Try. It said, do or do not. There is no try. Oh. Got my various things. These are based off. I'm going to be going through Comics Wellspring when I print the book. So, alright, yeah, that's. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so I got real sick and production fell by the wayside, and then I looked at the formatting of my previous book. Dude, this is all messed up. And there's no way that I could just resize it to fit. Can't resize it to fit the proper formatting. Hey, yo, we got somebody in the back. What's up, James Lee? What's up, my buddy?
Hey, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I can. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Look what I got in my hand.
Hold on, let me make you big. Oh, that's sexy. Oh, that's sexy. That's sexy, man.
Hold on. I'm gonna show you some material.
Yeah, no, dude. I have to say that's I'm on issue 2.
So look at the back.
Yeah, buddy, that came out great. Dude, Comics Wellspring does such a good job, and their turnaround is so spicy fast. I absolutely love it. Wow, Dawn's colors really came out really good.
That, man. Does that look good or what?
That looks fantastic.
I mean, this stuff, dude, I could not be more happier. Now, this is what we're talking about right here.
Look at that. Wow.
I mean, but I gotta tell you,
I can barely hear you though, bud.
Hold on, let me check my mic.
It sounds like you're talking through your webcam.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
Oh, hold on, we gotta say it. What's up, Doc?
What the hell have I wandered into?
Man, I just got done reading the Declaration of Independence, verbatim, word for word.
Well, right on. What's up, James?
Hey, can you hear me now?
James was... Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, that sounds much better.
No,
I gotta go get something real quick because I'm going to show you what Wellsprings, how they send the books, because you got to see this.
So I was in a backstage meeting, and you dropped a link, Tank, and I thought it was you saying, "Hey, I need to talk to you for a minute." So here I am, but we're live.
We are LIVE live.
What's up, Chuck Reardon?
Yeah, we got awesome people out in the chat, man. Ara Gleninian, Galenian. I always mess up his name, dude.
All right, whose stream is this?
This is mine. We're over here on Take Fair Presents right now, man.
All right, okay. Tank. I got to take issue. Why does my boy Chuck Reardon not have a wrench?
Oh, you know what? That's a good question.
One of the most trusted names in news today.
Yep. Hold on one second. There we go. Add as monitor. All right, there you go. And as we like to say around here, with great wrench comes great responsibilitros.
So, this is how the books come. If you notice,
yep.
Okay, this is how they come. But it's also bubble wrap before you get to the shrink wrap.
Mm-hmm.
So they really do a great job. But what I like about
What
I like about this is, so you take this out, and this is a protective covering.
Yeah, I love it.
Books and shipping and everything. This is freaking awesome. I love this because it protects your book. It protects everything like that. These guys, 13-day turnaround.
Yeah.
What company?
Comics Wellspring.
Comics Wellspring.
A subsidiary of Greco Print. They're fantastic.
I used them once, and then I went to mix them, and I don't remember what the deciding factor was. I think it was just the price was a little better at Mix'em. Mix'em
will be a little cheaper, but Comics Wellspring, they're printed here in the States.
Yeah,
the other thing back then, James, I don't know if that's true now. Comic Wellspring, to get their best price, you had to have a Comics Wellspring ad in the book.
No, I did. You get a discount if you put the ad in.
Yeah, that was the deal breaker for me.
And for me, I was like, I'll give you the inside back cover. So that's what I did. They
give you a pretty decent discount for that too. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely. I'm opting for that because I endorse their product. I like their product.
Yeah, I like what they did. I talked to people.
I just needed the space.
I dig that. Yeah.
But No, I had a space open because I was originally going to give it to Don to advertise on Mega Mission, but I don't know if that book's ever going to get done. I don't know if it's ever going to get launched because he keeps just, you know, I understand what he's doing. He's having to get work to make money, so he's having to push his stuff back while he's doing work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
And
it's not like he's 7 years late or something.
No. But I'm saying, but see, he didn't fund. It's not funded. He never launched the campaign.
Right.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm getting at. I was making a dig against myself there.
Oh, yeah.
That was a self-own for the very book that I'm working on right now.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, so when they bought the books, so I ended up getting 500 copies. So it's 100 copies for each book.
You got a good price then. Yeah,
I got a real good price. I mean, it was like the day after I sent everything in. I can't remember her name, but she contacted me. She was like, we have the digital file. We're going to send you the production file so you can look at it and let us know what it is. And so I sent the production file, and man, I mean, they had it. The setup was perfect. Everything was lined up. I went back and said, it's a go. And then she sent it in on the 18th of June, and I got the books yesterday. So I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, I really like. I've worked with Greco Print because I've worked with businesses in Los Angeles to repair, rehab, and reinvigorate. Right, I have a business that I did troubleshooting. Right, and there were two companies that I went to for all my printing needs. And that was Printful and Greco. Because I knew that with them, I would absolutely get what I wanted. And if I had any problems with it, they were very easy to deal with companies. Now, when Greco Printing acquired Comics Wellspring, I was really excited. I was actually excited. I was like, holy moly, that's actually good news because these... Greco knows what they're doing. They are no slouches. Yeah. So I absolutely love it. Now okay. I just want to make sure I'm not ignoring the chat. I had to go because I don't have it right in front of me. I miss having multiple monitors. I tell you, it's one of those things. Over on Stark of Iron, he is actually playing. He's modded in Captain America into Fallout 3.
I've never been into that game.
I love the Fallout series. I own them all. In fact, actually, this last Christmas, I went on to GOG, and I went.
You share my screen there, Tank?
Oh yeah. Give me a second here. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get over to the proper. There we go.
He who drinks a fifth on the fourth may not be able to go fourth on the fifth. That popped up on my timeline. I thought it was worth sharing.
Yeah, no, that fits. That absolutely fits.
I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
That's right. That's right. Although at the end of the day, one's temporary, the other one's permanent. But either way, you're gonna be retarded. So yeah, I am going through my thumbnails right now. And my breakdowns. Dang it, I totally screwed it up. This is why. It's such a janky, claustrophobic setup over here.
So what mischief are you working on, Tank?
Say again?
What mischief are you working on?
I am laying out the panels for Apex Predator right now. This is my 3rd time doing the book, and I hear that that's kind of a charm. So,
so this is the one you've been working on for 7 years?
This is the one that I've been talking about for 7 years. I have gone back and forth as to which Scalpel Zero story I was going to start with. Was I going to go in chronological order? Was I going to Quentin Tarantino it? And I decided that for the sake of concise and direct storytelling, that I was going to go with chronological order. So I was going to tell the story as it happens. As it happens. All right, now it's time for a little paintery here. We're going to move this one down. All right. Okay. Control D, Control T.
And I learned dealing with Helmixology, the printer, how important it is to stay inside those blue lines.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm talking about the secondary blue lines, not the outer blue lines. I'm talking about the secondary blue lines.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's like you could see that I've got my little purple lining right here, and these are the measurements from Comic Wellspring. And
they lay it out real smooth. This is what you need to do to get your book ready for us to print.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely fantastic. And even with even only buying, even if I only printed say 25, say I only sold 20 copies, right? So I got to print out 20. The prices are still acceptable, and the shipping's not bad. But the thing that's gonna have like some sticker shock is the shipping for my U.S. customers, because I am only doing the physical only for domestic U.S. because of simplicity and because I have a larger scale operation to go international.
Now, the one thing I would suggest doing is when you do your colors, lighten them up a little bit.
Oh yeah, because they come out darker.
They come out really darker. But I gotta say, with it being dark like this, it really makes the book pop. From what I did,
it does.
It made mine really pop on this.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Especially when when you get into this situation here, you can see right here.
Hold on. Oop. Yeah, look at that.
Right here where it fades.
Mm-hmm.
That really did real good. And then when you get to the light part, hold on, let me find the page.
Yeah, they'll come out more saturated and deeper. But yeah, my book, it's going to be black and white.
Yeah.
So
it'll be black and white.
Like this page right here, you can see how she just freaks out.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
We did the reverse.
Yeah, no, it came out beautiful.
Yeah, he flipped the reverse on that because where all the black is and the white is itself, it's the way around when I drew it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know. And then when I saw the whole page, I was like, yeah, let's do it that way.
No, it really sings because that panel just explodes right out at you. Good sequence.
Then you see her sitting over here after everything's done. And she's woken up. So I was like, yes.
All right, Tank, I got to bust out of here, pal.
Alrighty, hey, good to see you, Doc. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, man, your channel, your things, talk.
Oh yeah, I got a YouTube channel somewhere. I don't know what the fucking name it is.
All
right. The Damn Dirty Thing over on Fund My Comic is still available for purchase. For a limited time now, the novella is still available as I have been signed to a publisher.
Oh, you did? Congratulations!
Yes. Thank you.
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
they gave permission to go ahead and sell out my current stock. So if you want one of the original novellas for $9, now is the time. In the meantime, I gotta bounce. Good to see you guys.
All right.
All
You have
right.
yourself a great one.
Yep.
Later, Doc. And as he leaves. There we go. Of course, I got to get everybody's trailers and whatnot so that I can.
I gotta make a new trailer.
Yep.
Especially for the Dark Empress. I can make a new trailer for that book.
Heck yeah.
Which I gotta get back to work on that one sooner or later. I got 19 chapters written, so.
Oh my, that's good.
Dude, this. I'm gonna say this. This is a fun story, right? Because this one, I have no boundaries. It's an isekai, and it's my world. I can do whatever the hell I want, and I can blow up stuff, and I can do everything. So
Well, I'll just tell everybody out there, since I have already read the Steins, it's worth reading. It's fun, and I'm actually really, really interested in issue number 2. I want to see where this goes.
Issue number 2. I will tell you where I'm looking at going with issue number 2. Issue number 2, because the thing about it is, this story in issue number 1 takes place in book 1, and it's a footnote in book 1 where he's actually. If you look in the back of the book where she's reading the diary, there's a part in the novel where he's looking in the fire, remembering what happened on that day. And that's what it is. It's a remembrance. It's like this is not where we're at now in the story and stuff. But there's another guy. There's a couple of guys I can play with. So if you saw the drawing I did with Ripclaw, there's a guy standing behind him called Morgan. And Morgan is the monster hunter.
Right.
Morgan is the professional killer. He is a badass. I mean, he is the ultimate badass when it comes to dealing with monsters. And he's Native American, and he's basically he was Army Ranger. He went through hell, got out, got involved with this monster hunter group, and became the leader of the top squad.
Okay.
And so something happens, and he ends up not going after the Steins. He ends up actually helping them in the novel.
Okay.
But this story I'm going to use is more of he gets a phone call, and there's something going out in the what is it? Monument Valley.
Okay, real quick. Hail, Scarlet Fever. Thank you. Happy 4th of July. Glad to see you. Thank you for stopping by.
Yep.
I hope everything is going well with you. Sorry, James, didn't want to interrupt you.
So,
the chat is king or queen.
So, he goes out there to see what's going on. And basically, the way I want to do it is probably going to be, it's more like a detective, because there's missing girls, and it ends up facing off against a demon and stuff like that.
Okay.
Running on the Steins, the Steins is set novel-wise. Right. So everything's got to play against the novels.
Right.
So these stories take place between the novels and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the Steins is coming from. But the thing that I'm looking at now is possibly, like I said, I want to get the novel done first, and then probably do the Steins too, graphic novel. Because I think the second one, what I'm going to do is, because I have a credit with Mr. Peter Samedi, is do some ash cans.
Okay.
And have those free for the cons. And
yes.
build up some more, traction for it.
Yeah.
And then,
you know me, I am a huge proponent of free ash cans. It's the original crowdfunding pitch.
Yeah, and the thing about it is doing Morgan gives me a lot more room to play with, to bring more of the world around and stuff like that. So, and I like Morgan. Morgan was a fun guy to create. You know, I needed a monster hunter. I needed somebody that wasn't scared of monsters, that would look them in their eye and then shoot them. You know what I mean? You know, like Michael Myers, he'd take a sledgehammer to his balls. So,
right.
The bullshit of, oh, he's standing there with a knife. Well, you know, you're trained to fight back. Don't just get stabbed.
Right. Well, I can't help but remember the boxer kid who got decapitated. That's right. Okay. So I'm looking at my notes, editors, inputs, and stuff like that. I'm laying out these.
Oh, guess what I found?
What's that?
Stephen Platt's Soul Saga issue 6.
Oh wow!
There's only one way to get it. There's only one way you can get it.
How's that?
Digital format.
Wow!
It never went to print.
It's good to see you too, Scarlett. Always good to see you. Thank you. It's good to be back. And no, Dadland treating me good. Just my health turned for the worse. Everyone else is fine. My health got really bad, and I just could not afford to go see a doctor. So had to.
So you didn't go play at the VA?
Yeah. Well, I have no VA.
What?
I have no VA coverage. Yeah, no, fuck the VA. Fuck those racist assholes.
Well,
I have zero love for the VA, man. I barked up that tree for.
No, I mean, my love for the VA went out the door a long time ago when I lost one of my friends, because we can't see you for another 6 months, and then 6 months came, we can't see you for another 12 months, and then he died. And
right.
The thing that pisses me off is we got two political parties, and I mean both of their sons of bitches, that get up on their soapboxes talking, oh, we're going to fix the VA, and they never fucking do a damn thing.
Yeah, yeah, no, they're. I was told that the last time, which was in 2018, that's when I stopped. I was told that I was white, and that I had a rich family member, somebody who could take care of me.
They did what?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me!
I wish I was kidding. I really wish I was.
No, I mean, I understand the bullshit, DEI bullshit, but that's going way too far.
Yeah, no, and this was in Portland, Oregon. Of course it was.
Oh God, no wonder.
Yeah, and it
doesn't matter if you got a fucking.
I was like, you know what? I'm done, and I'm just gonna focus in on work. And once I have enough money, I'm going to sue the crap out of them.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it just.
And I am going to take them to task. I'm going to hire a private investigator when I get ready to go for this. Of course, I'm going to have to hire an investigator to go in, and I want names. I want names so that I have so that I can put the right heads on top of pikes.
Yep.
Because that's dude. You know, like
you
over 350,000 veterans.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Are
screwed. And the thing about it is, okay, it doesn't matter if I have a rich relative or not. I did my time, I did my service, and I'm supposed to get this. And if you want to fucking play bullshit, you need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
This is what I've always said. If they really cared about the VA, they'd do one thing. When the doctors and nurses and everybody came out of the military, let them run the VA. Let soldiers take care of soldiers, not this bullshit they got going on.
Yeah. You know it's a good side note. You know it's a good story when there's a meltdown timer.
Yeah, I know.
There's a timer running in the background here. Okay, this is Big Bada Boom. That's what my note is. Big Bada Big Boom.
You got the big
Yeah, thank you, Scarlett. I appreciate it. Scarlett says she's glad that I'm doing better. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm using the new feature where you can see the chat on the screen. That's really cool. I like that. That is really cool. That way the chat doesn't feel ignored.
I'll tell you,
that's the reason I'm here, you know?
I gotta tell you, I really do like this new camera I got.
Oh. You feel that? It's the sense of evil. Everybody, welcome to the stage. Don Apple, what's up? My ninja, how you doing?
Everybody?
Hello, Apple. How are you?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing all right, man.
The only thing is, I'm out of boards and bags, and the comic book store is closed today, so I couldn't do packing today. I was like, I'm so happy to get the books. I forgot I had to go get boards and backing, so I have to go tomorrow. But I'm probably going to have. I'm going to probably have everything packed and shipped out by the end of next week or the middle of the week after next. That way, I'll have everything gone. I'll have leftovers for the con in August, so I'll be doing good.
That's exciting, man. Pardon me. I just burped into the microphone. I apologize.
Sexy.
All right, let's see here. All right. Yeah, so I'm right now, just to catch everybody up in the chat. Here, I'm laying down the panels, Apex Predator, and I'm going through my thumbnails and my breakdowns, and I'm just gonna get this knocked out real quick today, and then I'm gonna go jump through the shower, throw some fresh, deliciously clean clothes on. Nope, I've decided I want a little bit of different, and then I'm gonna go over to my neighbor's house for some barbecue. It's going to be great.
Are you going to barbecue tonight?
I luckily do not have to cook anything, and my neighbor, he is absolutely wonderful and understands the importance of it. Alright, so we're gonna frame this panel right here is gonna be a little disjointed. Going to disjointed panel and a point right towards that, because I want this line to lead to this lower third right here. So if I cut this panel into 1, 2, 3, right on the border of the third right there, and then 1, 2 lines right there, so 1, 2, 3 thirds. So we want it to point at just about this, because the action we're going to see over there is going to come from that. I got to move it in just a little bit, so there's a little bit of shenaniganery going on.
Hey, Tank.
That. Yeah, what's up?
You might want to move your line in a little bit more on all three of them, toward from the left to the center, because when they chop it, they're that lines are going to be right on the line.
When I cut, this is exactly their template.
Right.
This is exactly their template, and I have already talked to customer service.
Okay, I just want.
And they're like, yeah, no, but good looking out though. Good looking out. Yeah, the inside line is my safe.
Yeah.
The outside line is the danger zone, and then anything beyond that, I can count as lost.
Oh, yeah.
And because it's perfect bound, there's more of a cut in on the inside, because it's 70 pages of story. So
that's going to be okay. So like your first 2 or 3 pages are going to be a lot longer. Your print pages, you know what I'm saying? So like
that's why I have
inside cover is going to be really long.
That inside marker right there, that is the inside boundary for perfect bound books.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But it's going to be huge.
Yeah, so it's 70 pages for the story, not a panel wasted.
And like I said, mine was 48, and I'll be honest with you, the way they did it, they did such a great job.
Oh, dude, I absolutely love them. I hope I get big enough that I can get a sponsorship, and that just means more discounts. And I would be a very happy person, because I've used Greco printing for a long time, and I love Comics Wellspring as well. They do great.
Yeah, I'm going to use them too.
That's who I used. That's who I used. And like I said, the way they package it to ship it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, they put that white covering over every book. We're talking 500 books with that white covering. Mm-hmm. Each one. And then they take 10 to 15 books and shrink wrap it. And then on top of that, they encase it in bubble wrap. Then they encase everything into the shipping paper on top of that. So, I mean, you talk about shipping quality. I was like, whoa. Really, that is amazing quality.
And they also have their own proprietary shipping.
Yeah, they could actually do your campaign shipping for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, some of mine are going to, they're going to Texas to be reshipped, because with my T-shirts, they're going to be packaged up with T-shirts.
Right. Like I said, and I've got to send mine with novels. So because I sold the novels, so like you got the big, like Dennis, from Andy and Dennis's show. He bought the full package. He bought the novels and the comics.
Oh, dude, what an awesome person.
So yeah, he bought all those. So I already shipped it. See, I already shipped most of the novels just so people had them to read, because there was such a delay. And then because of the delay, say like somebody just ordered this book, okay? Well, they're going to get, there's another book, a special book that I didn't even offer in the campaign. Then I did 100 print run. That's it. I'm not going to print any more of those books. So that's going to be the super rare book. And that one's going to come signed. And anybody who had a physical copy of the book ordered gets that book for free.
Yo, it's Rex. What's up, Rex? I'm about to eat into your show. I'm about to call it off.
Well, hold on a minute. I'm going to go get that book so you can see what the cover
no, you're good. Dale, what's up? Dale, let me give you a wrench, man. John, I'm giving you a wrench, too. So that way you can always promote. Always. That's what I do over here. So that way, I really, I want to supplant mainstream. I hate mainstream. Like, I don't know.
I'm almost exclusively indie and back issue books now.
Dude, I like I was saying, I was like, dude, like I will 110% back Not Ready for Prime Time over pro mainstream quality any day, because pro mainstream, there's no passion, there's no life, there's nothing there. I'll take somebody who's on the up and coming roster over an established pro who's just collecting a paycheck, because indie's where it's at. That's where the passion is.
Yeah, their house styles may have the technical points to it, but they're so clean. It's like they're sterile.
Right.
So here's the book.
Oh, let me make you big again.
So this is the one that's going to the backers. This is the free one. So this was not even on the campaign.
Okay. Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, no, I love that, the virgin cover.
So the leftovers, I'll say this, the leftovers I will have at the show. I will put them on the website, but I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to cost $100 a piece.
I love it. No, exclusivity.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 100 print. That's it, 100. There's no more.
Oh yeah, no, I remember what this fight scene is.
So yeah, and I thought, because the book came out late, I thought that the backers who stuck with me, and they did, and all of them did, even on Fund My Comic and at Indiegogo, they deserved a thank you, because they stayed with me for so long, and that's why they're getting this extra book.
You know what?
It is coming signed also.
That's what we call good customer service.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because the thing about it is, so many people are going to have missed out on the first book. So when the second book hits, what I'm going to do is to have a second chance to get the first copy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm only going to offer 3 covers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to offer all 5 covers. I'm just going to offer 3. So, yeah.
Right. No, I love it. I absolutely. Oh yeah, that's going to be this blank, this empty space. There's some borderless paneling going on over here, which is that is some open, like, kind of, people say manga, and I'm like, no, 21 did it first, dude. And so I say, no, it's more indicative of like the old Kung Fu comics style of combat, where it's so fast that it's a series of actions. Like, it's the main points. Oh yeah, this one's a fun one. Ugh, this one's a fun one. I'm not going to measure that out. I'm going to go ahead and do this haphazardly. Because I can. So I'm just going to go do that. Right there.
You know what surprises me is how, Andy Smith was doing the superhero character.
Okay.
They got his powers from Apollo.
Right.
And everything. And then when they did Cordrath, the D&D book.
Oh, yeah.
He's been on that D&D kick for a while, because it looks like that book's selling really well.
Nerd. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I really like the Cordrath. I really do. I was
wondering how because I was reading the book and I was like, going, this sounds like he's doing one of his campaigns. And then you get to the back of the book and it is one of his campaigns.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm serious. I'm serious. You're going through the book, and then you get to the back of the book and you turn the page to the very last page. And it's Dennis and Andy and a couple other guys, and they've got the table set up with the miniatures and the screen and everything. And they're playing the game, and that's what you were watching them play the game.
That's awesome. That's a lot of fun.
I was like, that is so brilliant.
Yeah, I love it. All right. I'm not quite regretting my decision to be a little haphazard with this, but I'm getting there.
You will as soon as you're going to start filling in those panels.
Okay.
Oh no. The breakdowns are already done. Breakdowns, layouts, they're already done. So this has all been carefully crafted.
Well,
I've got all that analog in front of me. I'm not turning on the camera because I am a total wreck, and I will not embarrass myself in public.
But I'm going to stop because I just got a lightning warning. So, we got thunderstorms moving into the DFW area. So,
well, here. Make sure
I'm going to be grilling my Independence Day burgers inside the shed in the backyard.
Oh my goodness!
Because of the weather.
Dude,
it's got a big bay door, so I don't have to worry about smoke.
The weather in Texas has been the craziest thing. We're like 85 degrees. It should be 105. And we're having a monsoon season here. This is supposed to be dry and hot, and we ain't getting it. It all went to the east. It's like sitting over Georgia and Florida right now. We're getting all that moisture coming in off of the Gulf.
Yeah, it just started raining here, so it should be
hopefully
ended by the time I start cooking.
Yeah. All right, guys. I will catch you guys later.
All righty. You guys have yourself a great one.
All right. Bye-bye.
All righty. Why is this not doing the thing I want it to do? Weird. Maybe I have to... come on. Oh my goodness. I know, it's a really, really extensive file. I have a lot of stuff open on my computers right now, and it's giving me a hard time. Oh boy. Here we go, free transform. That's what I just want to do that. I wanted to take this and just stretch it out just a bit. And get all the way down there. There we go. Good. All right.
I just did a pinup for Mark Polton's Gun Goth.
Yeah.
Apparently he just saw it and he likes it. So I guess he's trying to figure out if the resolution's high enough. He's going to put it into the Art of Gun Goth book that he has.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That is so cool.
Hopefully.
So, yeah, I'm just working on, to answer Dale's question, I am working on some page layout. I'm getting the panels put into place. Got everything mapped out for this, how I visually want to still tell the story. There is a reason I'm doing. There's a method to my madness always. It may not be a good method, but it's still a method.
Hey, whatever works for you, man.
Right. And this is, I've already done some test drawings, and I got to finish getting my toolbox properly organized so I can work most efficiently, but it looks like I can get about 2 pages done in a by that I mean a 6 to 8 hour workday. Style is very expressive, so I'm not heavily constrained, because I often say that the art has to fit the story.
It helps, yeah.
Right. So, I didn't want to do that one. Nope.
Despite what all those AI people think, that you actually need to be able to tell something of a story that makes sense instead of just putting images that you stole offline and calling it your art because you typed in some prompts.
Oh yeah, no, and those have you seen Jazza did a video? Jazza did a video where he got scammed with some how to draw books.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, they were just a bunch of AI prompts, and
Mhm.
anything informative
I think I
in
heard
there
about that.
was straight up jacked from Bridgman and Loomis.
Mm.
And he spent close to $100
See,
on these books.
that is just terrible. That you should be able to. You should be banned from any sites that you do that kind of thing on, and you get.
Yeah.
I'm not saying called out, but he's proven that you ripped off your clients. Sorry, you don't get to sell it here anymore.
Oh,
you can't collect the money, of course, but
right.
At least you can stop them from doing business there anymore.
Yeah, and what they do is they build these pop-up websites, disposable.coms. Yeah, that's what they do. They build these disposable.coms, and just like with the fake, artificial intelligence puppies were going around.
Yeah.
Disposable websites. Those puppies are like $3 a piece if you get them on Alibaba.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuts. It's nuts, dude. All right, we're gonna bring this one in just a little bit because there we go. It's overlay. All right. And then we have wording. We have words. Words that hurt.
Words are good.
Oh yeah. I'm still working with the dialogue editor on finalizing all that stuff, but I told them, I was like, look, even if I hit like beautiful perfect stride and I can get in some 12 to 16 hour days on this, which Dadland exists. It ain't happening. But I was like, it's going to be at least a month and a half until I've got the book all written out and we're ready for the letter for me to go in and do the lettering. Got some great fonts. I've got some great fonts that I got from Blambot that aren't going to require a whole lot of fixing. A lot of people forget to, it's great. Blambot's got wonderful fonts. Not all of them have good kerning for all the letters. That's just typable fonts. It's just how they work. So, say I wanted to write the word cat. Well, I would have to actually type out C, A, and T as entirely different standalone boxes and then go in and align them properly. Because between the C and the A, there's probably like a 2-3 pixel, well, I wouldn't say 2 or 3 pixel, but I would say there's a few pixels difference. It's enough to notice that something's just off a little bit in your mind. And then between the A and the T, no, I got to scrunch those together a lot because the kerning's all screwed up. It's just how it goes. So, and that's a lot of preemptive typing, setting it out, making sure that I've got it right, and then just going in and adjusting and whatnot, and then making sure that I've got the word bubbles to fix, and whatnot. I've got so it's, but right now on page 50, things are not looking good for our protagonist. They are at the bottom of a large pond, small lake. Either way, it's full of silt. As soon as they move, they can't see. They've recently been hit by an EMP, so all of their cool technological advantages are busted. So they've got an uphill battle. Bad guys, they're hunting for them. So, it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be brutal.
So while you were on your little vacation, I ended up finishing both the books I was working on.
Oh, awesome! You want to show off some stuff?
Exodus Z and Flesh Eaters.
Nice.
50 pages since October.
Okay.
I mean, I know
Nice.
it's not a huge number, but
No,
I'm pretty
dude.
proud of myself that I did it working a normal job as well.
Yeah, no. See, working a normal job. There's the caveat right there. I mean, I work an abnormal job because I'm the homemaker. My wife did homemaking for 22 years. She was like, look, we went out for jobs. They both paid the same, and she was like, dude, I'm taking the job. she's like, no, you don't understand. I've been working a job for 22 years. I need a change of pace. You can do it. And I was like, all right, that's cool. I could use a change of pace too, actually. Plus, it gives me the freedom to work on my stuff, to kind of set schedules and whatnot. Got the new tablets in for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
We found some. Now, see, this is where AI is done right. All right. They've got some AI tutor programs that draw from limited databases.
Mm-hmm.
That is just the subject matter that they're studying, and it helps break down, like, it really does. Like, these are great. I was like, holy moly, dude! I've done tutoring and all this other stuff for a long time, man. And I used to teach supplemental courses, college, in oceanography, and I've tutored as part of the World Literacy campaign, World Literacy Crusade, and whatnot. So I've been a teacher and an assistant teacher at a couple of different schools, and I've got experience in this matter, and I'm very picky, especially with my kids, man. I'm very picky as to the content that they're learning, because I don't want it conflated with
nonsense.
With nonsense or BS, or current political opinion, left or right. I don't want the bias. All right, I just want. I'm like Friday, man. Just give me the facts, just the facts. And this is great. Now, granted, for all the kids. Now, we did get, from what I understand, we paid in advance because my wife, she's the bounty maker, right? So I submit purchasing orders to her, and I give her, hey, so I'll go, hey, so I scouted out. These are the plans. This is this, and this is that, and so I think we got the annual subscription, which reduces the payment down to like $20 a kid, so it's $80 a month, essentially.
Terrible.
No, dude, it's cheaper than paying for a college student. I live in a college town. Cheaper than paying a college student to come over and be a tutor. And one of the programs, one of my sons, he's autistic and dyslexic, but the program is able to deal with that. The AI is smart enough that it can help him with that. It's designed to do so, and I'm like, dude.
See, that's a practical use for AI that I wouldn't have a problem with. I just hate it when people are trying to take other people's jobs just because they don't feel like drawing an image out.
Yeah, no, I am absolutely with you on that. Besides, AI artwork is bad. It looks terrible. It's objectively terrible.
I
and
could
on
go
top of
as
that,
far as maybe using it to figure out a possible layout for an image, but I would still sit there and redraw the pose or whatever it is I referenced, or maybe bits and pieces of the design that they gave me. But I would still draw enough of it where you could tell that, hey, that's my artwork. I didn't just type in a prompt and try to pass off what the computers did as my work. So, baby.
Right. Yeah, no, I've used AI to kind of to basically do what I would be doing anyways. Because I would go scour the internet. I'd go look at DeviantArt, ArtStation, and all these other places, Pinterest. Because if I'm stuck on something, I'm like, geez, I just need to jar the noodle loose. And sometimes I'll have AI and I'll be like, that's terrible, but it gives me an idea. I think I know what to do with this next. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to completely disregard with what AI came up with, but I'm going to be like, now I know what not to do.
Well,
so over here it is. Over here on...
I've dabbled with it myself to see what everyone's been so crazy about. Right. And I just can't justify charging someone that pays me for creative services if all I did was type in prompts. I'm not doing any work. All I'm doing is manipulating a program.
So here it is, page 56. Full splash page of a naked Scalpel Zero slathered in mud.
Woohoo!
That's what we call fan service.
Quality entertainment.
That's right. Get the chop up. Okay, let's see here. I'm looking at my things.
Yeah, now that I'm done with Exodus Z and Flesh Eaters, I can get back to I think I told you my 90s book that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
The first issue is completely drawn and inked. I've been talking with Mark Polton to be the editor, so I can try to make as good an impression as I can right off the bat.
Nice.
Yeah, so nothing's written in stone yet. I need to come up with the money to pay him for his services, but he's read the script, liked it, and now I just need to, I guess, tweak the script so that it matches the book, because initially it started off as a flip book, right? And the other guy that I was working with never delivered his half, so I finally said screw it, and I was like, well, what can I do to make this a regular size issue now? So I added extra pages where I thought the visual or the visuals were needed, and I came up with 24 pages. So now it's okay, I've got a decent script. Now that I have time, I'm going to finish my last couple of lingering commissions, and then I'm going to get back on my book, Suicide Run.
Nice. Yeah, after I get these the panels laid down, I'm wrapping up the last of the commissions that I have that are due, getting those out to my clients. And then it is full bore on Apex Predator. And as soon as I'm done with that, we're going with the same art style for beginning on Revenant from Rock Hard Comics. And I, and then like after I'm done with Apex Predator, I'm going to be giving out Act 1 for free. That'll be the Ash Can. 16 pages of story, ends on a good cliffhanger. And we get into it pretty quick. We hit the ground running on that. So not a moment wasted, not a panel wasted is what I like to say. Then here we get to page 61. We're getting towards the big final boss fight. And then, yeah, page 68, we get to the epilogue of the story. And of course, it opens with Zero just completely. The first page is Zero battered, broken, and burnt and abused. So, we'll see. You'll see. But I think it's good enough that I can give away a full issue's worth, the first act, and that if people like it, they'll come back and get the full version. I'll sell a digital because international and the economy. And then if and yeah, here's the thing: is that I can't just say, hey, all are, it's open funding, and I'll deliver the book. I can't safely say that. So what I have to do, I have to have that as a thing. So I'm going to open up with the digital, with some merchandise, quality sportswear, the stuff I abused the hell out of these shirts. I told the kids that when I ordered the prototype shirts, I told the kids, I gave it to the kids, and I was like, okay, good, go wear these outside. These are your outside clothes. You guys gonna go play in the mud? You gonna go play in the dirt? Wear these t-shirts. I want you guys to abuse them. I want to wreck them. I washed them on ultra high temperature. I dried them, not inside out, because you're supposed to dry that stuff inside out. Dried them right side out on high temperature for 2 years, and the shirts were still good. There was some cracking. There was a little bit of damage, but the artwork is still good. And if you're standing 10 paces away, the shirt looks sharp. You didn't even notice it till you.
When I got Exodus Z1 finished, my wife had made me a T-shirt of the cover.
Heck yeah!
I still wear it now, but now I only wear it like when I'm on streams or if I'm going to a comic shop to hang out or go to a show or something.
Right.
Then I wear it. But yeah, she gave me specific directions, like you said with yours. And it was like, I'm not even going to take the chance screwing this up, because then I'm going to have to be with her to get another one.
Yeah. The place that I'm going through, to get these done is run by a tank brother of mine, and out of Texas, and he supplies Fort Hood with. I think he's the largest company now in the area because his quality is so good. His prices
Fort Hood
so
is
reasonable.
huge. I've been there myself.
Yeah, over 70,000 U.S. personnel there. With I think the entire surrounding area has over 150,000 people. That's families, civilian support, all that stuff. Local, just people who have nothing to do with it. Pink Power Ranger. That's right. The original Pink Power Ranger. She's from Killeen, Texas. Right outside the East Gate at Fort Hood. And so he does really good work. And in the prices, shipping is included. So the markup's going to be really small on those, so that I can get people the best value. Like honestly, this is going to be the wholesale. This is what I would sell it to, like stores and stuff. Would be $30 a piece. It's if you were to go to some place like Target, you wouldn't find this at Walmart. No. Right? It's too high quality. This would be like more of a Target type of item, which Target is mid to high mid range of printed apparel. Or if you were to find it at Target, it'd easily be a $40 shirt. If you were to go to Hot Topic, it would be a $50 shirt. So I'm like, okay, cool, $40 shirt that I normally retail them for my store for $40, but on the campaign, I'm going to say $30, and that's U.S. domestic included in that. And then I'm going to bundle them with the book, so that way, like the book will be in its case, and then it'd be wrapped in the shirt, and it would be. He's got like the high-speed bags that are I forget the material they're made out of. It's one of those NASA neoprene type deals. Nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. And he ships that all across domestic U.S. That way we can keep in with the U.S. domestic included in the price, because you don't want any aftershock. If there's going to be a sticker shock, let it be right up front. And right now I'm telling, like, it sucks. I've been down to the post office. I've been weighing things, and I've been thinking, like, okay, where am I going to do this? Where am I going to do that? There is no way around it, man. It is outrageously expensive to ship anything anywhere. It's really, really bad. So, unfortunately,
I'm not necessarily a fan of going to the post office anymore.
No, me neither. But USPS is still the cheapest. Outrageous. If you're not shipping in bulk, which I'm not. Like if I sold 100 copies, I'm outrageously pleasantly surprised. But so a physical, right? I'm going to be selling digital. Digital is going to be cheap because the whole point is like, one, it's your PDF, secure download, your property, of course, with copyright limitations imposed, just like you would any other book. Get that out the door. I've been trying to figure out a way, and I've been talking with a couple of programmers of how we could have some kind of automated system that would number the digital copies that went out.
Is there a way to do that?
I've been working it out with some tech guys that are way above my pay grade, and we're working on a solution. There's no solution yet, but we're working on a solution that we can number the books so that way even a digital copy could have an intrinsic collector's value. The way to do that, though, would be to blockchain them, right? Non-fungible tokens, right? So that way they're annotated, and that costs too much money to set up. Unless we have somebody in-house who can just do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even on the cheap, all right? Even on the cheap, if I were to do that in bulk, it would still add like $5 to the price of the digital copy. And that's at a value of basically a certificate value. It's worth a penny.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's worth 2 coupons. Actual real money value, the NFT itself. But the real value is in that it is annotated on a blockchain. So therefore each one is unique, and we could number them on the inside and be like, yeah. So that's something I thought about, but honestly, it's not worth the markup. Not at my minuscule, viewership and followership.
yeah, I'm gonna take that into considerations. I think not doing some kind of a digital tier for your campaigns, you're leaving money on the table.
Yeah, I agree. Especially since a lot of my support comes from overseas. I've got fans in Australia. I've got fans in the UK. I've got fans in mainland Europe.
I've got a couple clients in England.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great idea, especially since nearly all of our work is online now. You owe it to yourself and your customers to have a digital tier, because nobody wants to spend more for shipping than the item that they're paying for.
Right. And we have operations in the UK. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was like, okay, so I offer the t-shirts because I'm paying for the setup fees for that out of pocket, and I've worked out a business arrangement that I could basically treat him like Redbubble and be like, okay, I want, these number of sweatshirts and these number of t-shirts and these number of hats, and here's the list. Here's my shopping. Here's my client list. Here's the orders that have been placed. Right, package these orders, get them out to my customers, please. Mm-hmm. Right, totally willing to do that. And it's the deal that I've got is a sweetheart deal. It's absolutely really nice. I really appreciate it. And so that's great. So I'm gonna have that merch lined up, ready to go, and I'll have the digital copies, and then I'm just gonna set a stretch goal. Right, that's where we'll have $1 it's funded. Right. Well, actually, it's going to be $3.50. It's going to be the funding goal, because that's the cost of one of the digital. I'm selling the digital comics. I shit you not, for $3.50. Don't waste your money on no Loch Ness monster. Give me that $3.50. I'll hook you up. I treat you good. Loch Ness monster. He's just gonna ask for $3.50 more. He's just gonna be back asking for $3.50. I think it's funny. And I'm still working on the $35 comic tier that comes with a free t-shirt. Unfortunately, the book is too big. Right? The book's too big to do like a Peter. My original thought was to go with a Peter Zametti comic, right?
I think it's a good idea. He's got a good idea.
Oh, dude, he's got a wonderful idea, and put the price printed on the cover to be $35 only, right? And and give a free T-shirt, right? Pardon me. Time for me. Take my antihistamines. Yeah. Anyway. So and that for that I could do I could print the book in 2 sections because it's too big for Saddle Stitch. But if I broke it up into part A and part B, then that's fine. That would be you're thinking that's 35 pages of story each on average. So we round that up to 32. That's 2 pages of extra goodies, plus inside, outside, front, back, inside, outside, front, and back. Another 4 pages, so 36 pages. That's well within reason. That's a $25. Sorry, that's a $2.50 comic from Alterna, right? 2 of those together, that's $5 plus the T-shirt that I'm already doing for $30 anyways. So all in all, a $35 comic book. So I was thinking, unfortunately, and I was even thinking, it's because it's for the meme, right? It's for the joke, because people are really upset about $35 comic books right now. It's a big sore spot. I was thinking of making the number 1, right, the first half of the book, $35, and the other one would be bonus material, and it's just the rest of the story.
Well, I've been wondering about that with my book. Is right now, like I said, issue 1 is completely done.
Nice.
But I'm thinking about doing the entire story and sending it out as more of a graphic novel. I have no idea what the page count's going to be, but for right now, I'm thinking that would be a good idea. But when you start thinking about some of the stuff you brought up, like when I go to do a PDF, how big the file size can I do, or do I create some kind of folder somewhere that people can access and get it that way?
Right. Well, I mean, if you need help getting a PDF, properly set up, I've got GIMP and I can walk you through the process. It's actually super easy, barely an inconvenience to set up and export a PDF. High resolution.
I'm thinking around 60 pages.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be any more than that, because 33, 20, 24, 48. Yeah, about 64 pages roughly. If I do keep each issue the same size, there'll probably be about 64 pages of content.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, 64 pages. And if you just strictly kept it 64 pages internal, and then with the cover, that's 68 pages. But that's pushing the limit on Saddle Stitch. 72 pages is just too big. It just breaks it. Otherwise, I totally do it. If I could just Saddle Stitch a single issue out of that, and I've looked at where can I cut it, where can I trim, and I've already trimmed and trimmed and trimmed. I'm like, look, I'm already condensing a lot of the action, which is fine because it happens. Some of this stuff happens so fast that I really wanted to impress upon that yes, it's fast. It's fast paced. So, yeah, but hey,
honestly, I'm pretty set that I'm gonna talk to Mark Bolton about doing the editing for me, and then of course, it only seems to make sense to ask for any of his insight on how to do this because he knows infinitely more than I do.
Right. Well, yeah, no, he's put out quite a lot of good stuff. Anyway, John, I got to get running here, man. Where can these guys find you?
I'm on Seclusion Studios on X, and I'm under my name, John Epple, on Facebook, and let me double check my Instagram. I'm under John Epple on Instagram as well.
Awesome. I'm going to have to get you added to my list of contacts.
Before you go, do you want to see some concept art from my
Absolutely.
My
let me get out of this and make you big. We're going to do the swappy thing, and then we're going to go. There we go. You're big. Wow, look at that. That is fantastic. That's clean, man. That is clean. That is great.
Thank you. I might make a poster out of it or something later, but for now, I keep this close to my desk so that when I'm trying to reference one of my characters, I mean, I even did like character sheets and everything, but my style and some of the designs have changed a little bit since I initially got started. So that's originally part of what I did when I expanded the book. But I keep this close to my desk. That way I can try to make sure I get as many details right as possible. Because nostalgia is a big ingredient for this book. But I wanted to make sure I had my own style instead of, oh yeah, he's just a Rob Liefeld ripoff, or he's a Joe Quesada ripoff, or whatever. I'm trying to make sure that I get that feel that I want and still be my own man artistically.
That is awesome, dude. All right, I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and I want everybody to have a nice, happy, and safe 4th of July. Remember, fireworks and fingers don't mix. Please, please don't become a statistic. Practice good firework safety at all times. I have a childhood friend who has half of his left hand. So, that was a lesson I got to observe personally at a young age. Yeah. But we'll be back Tuesday. I'll be over. Hopefully, Hopefully, I'll be on the studio tomorrow at 7 p.m. We're on the Dawns. That's at Eastern time. And hopefully I will be there for that. If not, I'll at least be in the chat giving everybody a hard time. And then on Tuesday I'll be back here for some digital bullpen. I don't know if that's going to be a regular thing. We're going to figure that out. I'm going to be talking things out with the chat. Because streaming, I get the importance of it. I get the importance of I've got to get out there. I've got to show this stuff off. I've got to do this like every, kind of deal. But with some time, hopefully these tablets with their high speedery will facilitate that. So hopefully that works out. And but regardless, I'll be in Katie's chat on Monday.
Well, Katie's cool. I like her.
Katie's absolutely wonderful.
She had me on her show too, and pretty sure being on there helped get my X and Z funded.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, no, dude. Yeah, no, she I showed up. Occasionally I went over to Katie's, and occasionally she showed up over here, say hello and all this other stuff. Not much interaction. And then one day I showed up in her chat and I had a wrench. I'm like, what's this all about? Hello there, what's all this about? And so I was like, no, she did that so that I could drop my link. And so I was like, dude, you rock. That is some force multiplier shit right there, and I'm into that. Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
Yeah, she's one of the few people that I talk to online that I would actually want to meet in real life if the situation ever were possible.
For real. High five and a fist bump. For real, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's absolutely wonderful. Katie does channel. Clip, clip, snip, snip. And whatnot. And I'll see everybody. Everybody go head on over to Rex Christian Devilfly. Bowman.
Yes.
Go check out his stuff. See? There, right there. Yeah, there it is.
That
Devilfly.
guy.
Momentum. He's got the end dash. And he's an absolutely awesome guy. He's got great stuff. Link in the description below. Go back Devil Flyer over on Fun My Comic. And we'll see all you guys later. So until I see you next time, stay magnificent.